subscriber. So first of all, we would like to say thank you to support us, and thank you for like, subscribe. No, we don't have, we haven't comments yet. So, but it's okay. It's need to grow and continue this vlog. So for this video, we're talking about, like we discussed yesterday about wedding. So I want to ask my husband Jonathan if how he feel the wedding is.
All right, yes, hello. How's everybody today? Sorry about all the noise. Got the dogs, the neighbors' dogs, and we've got an alarm going.
I think that's not normal to have noisy around house.
And we're sitting in our front garden. It's a beautiful afternoon. So, yes, let's talk about the wedding. Wow, that's quite a big subject, isn't it?
Yeah,
Because I think at the beginning of that year, you didn't expect to get married in that
yeah,
year, did you? So, there was a bit of surprise. And like we've already discussed, we didn't have much time.
no,
It was quite rushed
yeah,
because I am obviously living the other side of the world and I only came for a 6 month holiday
yeah,
in order to marry you and take you back. So that was the thinking. So, but having said that, we still weren't 100% sure because we didn't have all the documents. So even me going, we were hoping to get married. It wasn't a foregone conclusion. Okay, but let's just talk about marriages in the Philippines because you have like the cultural ones,
yeah,
and then you have the ones where, like your sister, for instance. Oh, I actually also went for that wedding, so that's another reason I booked my ticket so that I could attend her wedding and meet the family there.
mm,
And then basically, I'd planned 2 weeks after her wedding to have our wedding.
yeah.
So yeah, I had a bit of an idea how the local Filipinos did their weddings. Now, would you like to describe it? I mean, how long did it take her to arrange her wedding?
Me and my sister,
No, your sister.
they planned um 1.5 year before they got married. So they in our culture, if someone wanted to marry to that man, or they become his wife or husband, they need to prepare long months before they wedding and or a special day,
Why do you have to spend such a long time getting ready for the wedding?
because firstly they need to discuss as his fiance, the man or woman, what they planning.
Okay. So it's all about the planning side.
Yeah,
Now, we didn't have much time to do the planning side. All right. And so, like her wedding, you said it took about a year and a half for the
yeah.
planning. And maybe what we'll do, you were the bridesmaid, weren't you? What,
Maid of honor.
oh, the maid of honor. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll show a few videos of that.
Pictures only.
Oh, pictures. Okay, because they had a really lovely wedding. It was on somebody's property,
Yeah,
and they erected very nice cover to protect people because obviously it rains generally every afternoon, doesn't it?
yeah,
S
and also the mud.
The
So
mud, yeah.
it's difficult for them.
So they had to make all kinds of provisions for the mud, and they just it was like a big shed, hmm,
Yeah,
that they erected with bamboo.
yeah,
And the good thing about it, they had so many helpers. We went there the 1 or 2 days, eh?
yeah. So they got in their wedding, my sister wedding. They got 100 people who attend their wedding. So I show you what's my sisters look like in the wedding.
Yeah, she was beautiful. But also, there was about 100 helpers as well, and
Yeah,
that's a good thing about the
and
Philippines.
remember, she's married. Okay, she's already married.
Oh no, she's married. Yeah, she is your older sister. Huh?
Yeah,
Okay, so that was like 2 weeks before our wedding.
yeah,
All right, so we saw the look of that wedding, what the hard work that they put into that, but very colorful. I don't know how many bridesmen and bridegrooms she had.
I think they got 10.
It seemed a lot. And then she
Yeah.
had some flower girls,
Flower girls and Bible reader,
they had everything,
ring
literally.
bearer.
And I know for your sister, she worked very hard making
Yeah.
all the, what do they call those things?
Souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's another thing they do there. They always want to give you something to take home.
Yeah.
And that's what she did. And she spent months and months. In fact, she made some of your souvenirs, didn't she?
Yeah.
She was good. She made her own souvenirs and then she made extras for you.
Yeah.
So that was very, very good of her. Okay, so we'll show a few pictures of that.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, they had the big lechons going there, the pigs. We've been at this for the last since 6 o'clock this morning. It's now 8 o'clock. 2 hours of turning. There's still got another 2 hours to go. Looking good. I saw two pigs there. Hey,
I think three.
three
Three
pigs.
pigs.
Oh,
Except the roasted pig and
hmm.
you know.
They definitely had a lot more. I don't know. It seemed to me like they had a lot more food than what we had.
Yeah.
I don't know why. What did they do with all those pigs? Because I mean, we had pig, a
I
huge pig. They had three of them.
yeah.
What did they do with all the meat? Because there's only 100 people. So that's more than 100 kgs. You can't eat 3 kgs of pork.
I
Anyway,
think they divided to their families.
okay. Yeah, that's what they do traditionally. Hey, they give all
Yeah.
the food away, and that's part of the gifting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that was interesting. So we had a bit of insight as to what a wedding,
Yeah.
well, not a traditional, but like a normal wedding in the Philippines. Um, because she was with the white dress and all the rest. She
Yeah.
wasn't in traditional dress. She was in the traditional Western type white dress. Okay, and what were you wearing?
I'm wearing because she like violet and lavender. So I'm wearing lavender dress,
Mm,
which is I'm her maid of honor.
yeah,
Carry her wedding wedding
yeah.
dress.
And they wear a lot of makeup, don't they?
Yeah.
A lot. A lot of makeup. In fact, I hardly recognized you.
Yeah.
You were actually quite beautiful, weren't you? No, no. No. They just put a lot of makeup on. I think you'll see in those photos, eh? Even on your mom and dad, there was a lot of there was a lot of makeup. All right, so that was good. So then let's get now forward to 2 weeks. You go through and you get your license.
Yeah.
And just talk about getting your license. Who was the lady there? What was her name? Was it Rachel? No?
No, it's I think Rachel because I forget what her name.
I'm
You know,
sure her
long
name's Rachel.
how many months now that we left in Philippines.
It is a lot of time, but you know what? She did a lot for us, eh?
Yeah.
She said it would never take 10 days, and we it had to be 10 days, and she
Yeah.
did it in 10 days, didn't she? So she even surprised herself. And then we had all those counseling sessions.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
after that, after my sister's wedding, my auntie told to me that we gonna go up in Lake Cebu to
Right.
take a picture for our invitation.
Oh,
So
okay.
that Monday, I remember Monday. That day we went up in Lake Cebu. But I'm so sorry because I didn't take a picture. I think we got picture in falls.
Baby, we got loads of photos. You had a photographer. I paid
Yeah.
for the
See, I
photographer.
forget now.
Yeah, no, she forgets. I paid for that photographer. So I know she definitely had a photographer. Yeah, so that was, although we had privately got engaged in the April, she wanted some, like an official engagement and handing over the rings, and also basically all the family to be there to go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about this. I thought we were just going to Lake Cebu to see the falls. Although I did kind of know because she said, wear a suit. And when you're talking about Filipino weather and it's so hot, to wear a suit. Anyway, I didn't wear the suit. I took the suit with me, hey, and I
Yeah.
changed when I got there. And yes, we took photos, and they came out beautiful, eh?
Yeah.
So we'll show some photos you see at Lake Cebu with the photos of our kind of official engagement, eh?
We call that brand up.
Prenup,
Yeah.
prenup. Okay, okay, yeah. And I think actually it's official. You need to state where you
Yeah.
had your prenup, and even on all our documents. I would have missed that if she hadn't have sorted that out. I would have missed that because I wouldn't expect them to ask. They asked a lot of things, like they wanted to know where you were going to have your reception, eh?
Yeah.
That was all part of the official documentation, and so forth and so on, and the prenup and when it happened and who was there and who witnessed it and all the rest. So once again, in the Philippines, like I said before, they love the bureaucracy. All the what they call them, the notations, not notations.
Traditional.
Anyway, they like all their paperwork, and getting all their certificates and
Yeah.
getting their ducks in a row. But I suppose,
I remember
mm,
cinema.
yeah, I had to go get cinema. Yeah, that cost me 400 pesos, and basically it meant nothing because all of us to say I was single. But how do they know? Eh? But
We need that if someone wants to marry.
mm,
We need to get first cinema
mm,
before we register in marriage license.
mm,
That cinema's proof of are you single or divorced or not.
yeah. But also, what it does, I think, more than anything, because I mean, it's difficult for those authorities. In fact, even on the certificate, it says we cannot be 100% sure that person's
Yeah.
single.
Mm.
But I think what it does do, it now registers that person to a particular Filipino. Likewise, if for instance, me and Grace were to break up for whatever reason, I can't go and marry another Filipino.
No.
So it protects the Filipino nation basically, one man, one wife.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's what that document is ready to do, and it's a good thing. It's a safeguard, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, so we had those are some of the documents, but let's get back to the actual wedding now. Our wedding. All right. So the preparation for our wedding was hectic. We spoke about the souvenirs.
Yeah.
We had to we had to
Invitation.
get more. Oh, and the invitations. That was a nightmare as well because they had to be done in a Pacific way,
Yeah.
and that cost quite a bit. I think that cost about 4,000 pesos, eh?
Yeah.
And we got it done so called cheaply, didn't we? By some friends. Anyway, and but they were lovely invitations. Mm.
Yeah.
And when I say invitations, wasn't just one invitation, was it?
Yeah.
All kind of folders and stuff that was in there. All the extra things that they want you to do, flyers. Okay, so we got all the invitations done. We had to get a cake. All right, we got a cake made.
Yeah.
What else do we do? Your dresses. The dresses, that was quite sensitive because we had to buy another dress, eh? And then your mother needed a dress, eh?
Yeah.
And some shoes. So we sorted that out. Fortunately, your dad had a suit, eh?
Yeah.
And your brothers had suits.
Yeah.
Um, so everything was pretty straightforward. And on all your bridesmaids,
Yeah.
you had how many?
Mm, five.
Five.
Yeah. Five.
And the groomsmen, eh?
Yeah.
So that was five. And so, but they bought their own dresses, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Right. So yeah. So we've got as far now. The actual venue
Yeah.
was a hotel. Okay. And we went and had a look at the hotel. In fact, we went to three or four to look at the suitability, and we picked that one.
Yeah.
And I think we made a good choice, didn't we? It was a nice hotel. It was quite central, and everything worked very well.
Yeah.
Um, at times, I wondered whether it was going to work because they seemed a bit blasé about things. It's a bit different to the UK where things are very strictly arranged and you know exactly what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Here they just basically say, yes, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this,
Really.
but you don't really know how well they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But to be honest, they did an excellent job, eh? Everything. Even at their own disc jockey, and he did a perfect job, didn't
Yeah.
he? All right. And then you slept there the night before
Mm.
and had the room for your mom and
Yeah.
everybody to get dressed in.
Yeah.
How did that go? Because you had, while you were getting dressed, you had a photographer. So you got all those, and you had your beauty, what they call that,
Makeup artist.
your makeup artist, and it was the same makeup artist that that we had employed when you had your prenup, eh?
Yeah.
So she came and did that as well, and she was a very nice, and she actually brought some help, didn't she?
Yeah.
So we had two ladies doing it because there were so many bridesmaids that needed hair done and
Makeup.
makeup and everything. They did an excellent job as well. So yes, I was very surprised how professional
Yeah.
and how it turned out. Now coming back to the actual day, like her parents um, weren't really sure about many things.
Mm.
Obviously, because oh, you hear that? Those are called lardy daws. It's a large sized bird, quite noisy, but they're beautiful. We've got a nesting pair in a tree just near us,
Yeah.
and they've got two little babies. So that's quite nice to watch them grow. So coming back, your parents, they were a bit unsure about the table settings and so on.
Yeah.
So I did all of that and just crossed my fingers and hoped everything was going to work, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah.
So a couple of things that actually took me back was the food preparation, but we've spoken about that on a previous video, so you can check on the other video what we spoke about that. But another thing that really impressed me as a foreigner was when it came to the entertainment after
Mm.
the wedding, after the food, after everything.
Yeah.
Would you explain what took place? What happened? I'm talking about when they started making the speeches. Do you remember? We
I
forgot.
can't remember.
You can't remember. Okay, so what happened was every single one of the 50 people that came all got up and did
Yeah.
of some form of entertainment.
Yeah.
So they either sang a song, or they gave a speech,
Yeah.
or they kind of begged me to look after Grace, and they, they love her so much, and that's her sister. And, there was really lots of tears, eh?
Yeah.
And I mean, kids, the ages of like what?
They singing.
Singing beautifully, beautifully, and we're going to show a couple of them, hey?
Yeah. Pictures.
And we loved it. So they were all part of the wedding.
Yeah.
So we just sat there and we were just crying, hey? It was
Crying.
amazing, yeah. And I think I was crying more than you, was
So you.
like a very soft-hearted crybaby. Because I was crying so much. It was so nice just to see the people doing what they were doing for,
Yeah.
for, for Grace, basically. And that really made the wedding special, eh?
Yeah.
And what else about the wedding took me back? So it was the food, the preparation.
The kids after wedding they enjoy swimming.
Yes, after the wedding, because we had a 4 hour, so
Yeah.
obviously all this entertainment took 4 hours, and eventually we had to like say, okay, it's ended now. But we had actually hired out the swimming area for anybody who'd like to come and swim. Your nose, baby. And as a result, um, so I've actually forgot to mention, that other thing that I enjoyed about the wedding was in the traditional Western wedding,
Yeah.
you have a bit of ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
So I tried to teach you how to ballroom dance, didn't I?
Yeah.
In that 2 weeks that we had. So every evening, um, I had to try and teach you. And obviously, in the beginning, you weren't interested at all, were you?
Uh,
And then only about the last 5 days, just before the wedding, you came to me and you said, "Yes,
mm,
let's do this." And so we did it with you, and we tried to get your mom and dad to
yeah.
get involved, and they were more interested in doing it than
Yeah.
what you were. And so they tried, and I was teaching them how to ballroom dance because we had a special song. What was our song?
I forget.
Oh goodness grace! Wasn't that in white?
The beautiful and white.
Yeah, beautiful in white. Okay, so we had some nice music to kind of do our special dance, and then at the point in the dance, they would call them in, and they were to dance,
Yeah.
and they were so excited because nothing like this has ever happened in according to them in the Philippines, according to them. They were never ever in their wildest
Yeah.
dreams. Like it didn't happen at the sister's wedding, and nobody ballroom dances, and basically the wedding there is just to go and eat. It's no kind of dancing.
Mm,
So we wanted to incorporate dancing as well because that's what we used to in the West. So what happened? We we kind of had a few practice sessions,
yeah.
and then it came to our song, and so we were supposed to like have a like our little few moments, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to call on them, and then see, call on the rest to get up and
Yeah.
dance and see what happens. So I wasn't sure how this was going to work out. It didn't look like it was going to be very successful. Grace was also battling to just follow.
Mm,
So anyway, but we did it. So we got up, we did our little dance, and it lasted what? Maybe what 20, 30 seconds,
30
and then
seconds.
we called them up.
Yeah.
And in fact, that's how it's supposed to have worked, but it didn't because as soon as we got up and started dancing, your dad just grabbed your mom and they jumped on.
Yeah.
And as soon as they jumped on, then three or four of your aunts and uncles jumped
Yeah.
on. And they so at the end of the day, everybody, it was just a free for all. So that was quite crazy. Anyway, so that's another thing I just thought was quite interesting about that wedding. It was different, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what amazed me, other than the food and the preparation that went into it, I mean the taste of that. What was that called? The
Humba.
humba, the pig skin one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was that your uncle made that. Hey,
Yeah.
he works in what Saudi Arabia,
Yeah.
but he came and that was amazing. But also it was the entertainment and the fact that these every single participant who came to your wedding actually shared and wanted to
Yeah.
give you something in terms of singing or wishing you well or we're gonna miss you. And they all got up there.
Uh,
Some were very shy to get up,
yeah.
but they still did it. And we've got all those videos, so that's going to be quite nice to share just a little bit, just to give you an idea of what it's like and how it went. And then, as we said, afterwards we booked out the swimming pool. And so mainly it was the children, eh?
Yeah.
So all the children went and they had ice creams and jumped in the swimming pool and just enjoyed themselves for the rest of the afternoon. Plus me and you, eh?
Yeah.
Because we were also staying there for the next 4 nights. It was part of
4 nights.
part of our honeymoon. Yeah, so that was great. Um, yeah, so that was Grace. Just wanted to give you a bit of insight about her wedding, what her dress looked like, and all the rest. And that's all.
Yeah.
We will then continue our journey. We'll tell you about a little bit of experience of what it was like um, in the area where Grace lived, and little trips we made around.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about later on, flying out to South Africa.
Yeah.
And we basically went and had a bit of a more of a honeymoon out in a place called Victoria Falls.
Yeah.
So that was great. All right then, guys, please don't forget to
Subscribe,
subscribe
like,
and please make some comments.
push in.
The notification button.
Very good.
All right then, guys. Keep well.
Okay,
See
see
you
you
then.
next vlog.
Ciao. Bye.